Can't really see the stars. You can see them with your eyes, but it's not really coming through on camera.
Hold on, let me turn on a light.
Let me see if...
There we go. Am I making it brighter? Hold on, I got a little phone light.
There's a star.
That'll do it.
That's a star.
Seems like the phone wants to overexpose it. It's bringing up all this noise.
Actually looks like an airplane.
Really bright.
Alright, this isn't working out. Let's go. Let's just continue for our walk.
The moon is like ridiculously bright. And clear as day. That doesn't look real. That does not look like it is the distance.
Yeah, look at the
away.
camera.
Yeah, that's not at all.
That looks totally Cosmo.
It looks like it's about as high in the sky as an airplane. Maybe that's because the highest thing my brain has ever conceptualized is an airplane. That over there is either a shooting star or an airplane. It just disappeared behind the clouds. Left. Anyway, the moon does not look like it's a planet out there. It's because it's a moon. Looks like we're in the Truman Show. You know, you could cut the video out from this part and just make it a podcast. Wow. Now we're upside down, aren't we? Wow. I mean, if it isn't already, it's practically a podcast. It is very much a night walk. You know what this reminds me of, though? It reminds me of, like, these Sailing the Vagabond videos where they're filming themselves at night out on the open sea.
Oh,
and they have to use
I can't see anything.
No, you have to use a light to light the subject.
Yeah.
Because there's no other light source. Like, yeah, look, there we are. But without the light, you never know. Like Batman.
Oh.
Batman's a lot less effective during the day.
Look there.
This is the sky and the trees. This would be the ground with Dad's light shining at my shoes. It's kind of a fun spot.
Look at those pretty lights through the trees.
Pretty lights. Alright, back to filming my face. One thing.
No, good. Look, here, I'll backlight you.
Why don't you just
try that?
No.
Try that.
Stop.
See if it looks.
No, I mean it does look cool, but when I see your arm with the light, it looks very dumb. No. It kind of looks like a street light, to be honest. It looks like I'm out for a jog in LA.
You're out for a jog.
You know, it looks like the I Love You video. That's what it looks like.
Oh, come on.
You know, that would actually be not too bad. We should talk about that.
Yeah,
You want to talk about
yeah,
that?
Sure.
Because you and I were out there.
For hours.
That's true. We I think we did location scouting first.
Not too much. We knew the neighborhood we were going to shoot in.
Yeah.
And
remember like picking out a couple areas where okay, I think this would be a cool place.
yeah, I knew the neighborhood that I wanted to shoot in. And I liked that it had a hill and it had some street lights that we could use. It wasn't busy. And
I think I did like sketches. I think I did that's really bright.
look at that, huh?
That's too much light.
It's a camping light.
What are you using the light for?
What,
You
this
just
light?
need to, yeah,
This
you
is
just
like
need to
for
know what you're
camping.
going. It's in front of me and it's in my eyes.
Okay.
That's why I don't like it. There we
There
go.
you
See,
go.
now you can see the sky. Look at that.
Yeah, shoot that moon.
It's not gonna come through. All right, so these are my best attempts to photograph what it's like out here. I would say about this much exposure is more like what we're getting. The camera wants you to see it like it's daytime, but that's ridiculous. It's practically the sun now. Let's take it way down. Let's take it way down. There we go. Hello, Mr. Moon. Moon. Big moon. Anyway. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about shooting.
Oh, I
video for
remember.
I Love You. And the street lights were all yellow, so it created a very kind of a yellow nighttime street light atmosphere. And
Yeah.
we started when they're...
You were mentioning the streetlights though, and you brought back like a memory that I had of like when we were planning this whole thing out. I remember like sketching streetlights and stuff. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you had, because remember, I would always ask you. This goes like way back to you and I.
storybooked it?
Yes, this goes way back to you and I going out to movies and talking about what we liked, and me asking you things and you bringing up ideas like, well, you know, when people are going to shoot something, they'll plan it out. They'll make these storyboards and they'll draw
Yeah.
it. And so I'm pretty sure that for at least that one, I did that. And we did some location scouts.
Well, yeah, so we went out.
I remember making you drive me around the neighborhood to be like, hey, can I just look and pick some ones? And then we'll come back.
So there was this hill area across the main street, and I knew it was quieter, and there wouldn't be that many cars.
Yeah.
And we went out when it was just kind of like dusk, and it was the light in the sky was still blue
Yeah, we shot for a couple of hours.
until it was dark.
Oh, I forgot that I can just turn the camera around while I'm rolling.
And the final shots.
Can I not? The final shots were of me walking up the hill, you said?
You repeat that.
Well, here's why. Here's why. Well, if I want to get a shot of the moon, I have to stop recording to flip the camera.
Shoot how pretty the sky is between these trees.
You know, man, I try. Let's give it a shot here. That's not what I meant to do. See, it brings up all this grain that we're not getting. We're getting it like sort of this.
Oh, it's going to be all filmy.
We see about
I
that
set
much.
it to 30 as well.
The moon is out there. The moon. Anyway. What
Well,
reminded
thankfully
us?
it's not that cold tonight.
No, not that much. You see like icicles.
What?
The icicles forming on our face. Oh, mild chill. Oh,
You know, it's really
I
weird.
might bust out the shorts.
It's really weird that this year the couple of weeks that it fell below, 36
Yep.
or 32 degrees, basically snow comes on like below 36 degrees. And the couple of weeks before it fell below freezing and it should have snowed,
Yeah.
we had no rain at all to give us snow. So, and normally here it rains every week. It rains almost every weekend for some odd reason.
Yeah, it's almost as if we're living in Seattle.
What's that?
It's almost as if we're living in Seattle.
I know. I mean, it's supposed to rain here all the time. So when it doesn't rain when you want it to, it kind of sucks. Like, I totally wanted snow because I love snow. Not like a ton of snow, but I like snow for at least a couple of weeks.
The moon. It looks like the sun. Come on. What if the sun is really just the moon?
What?
When the moon feels like a
Oh, I see
shining
what you
star. Yeah.
Turn the aperture way down.
Ah, now it's the sun.
I used to shoot the moon with
There's your album
my
cover.
600 prime
Boom.
lens,
I'm telling you, that's the sun.
and then I put
600.
a doubler on
Wow.
it, so it got me to 1200 prime. And
Roll out Autobots.
I've got some pretty, and then I used
The 1200 Prime.
a tripod. Photos of the moon that I shot like back when you were 5 years old. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Of the moon? No.
Yeah.
We do have that big printout of when we were in Paris and did photography.
Yeah, no, that's
That
the Eiffel
giant-
Tower.
yeah.
I'm talking about, you haven't seen any of mine?
No, I didn't confuse that with the moon, but I'm saying
Good,
of
that's good. All right,
of your
I'm asking you a direct
photography.
question. So,
Okay, what's up?
you've never seen any of my shots of the moon that
Of
are
the moon?
kind of blue?
No. Well, you now that you say kind of blue, that gave me a flash of something. I
Yeah.
bet if you have shown it to me, I bet I would remember it when I saw it.
So there's
But
this thing
I
called,
can't picture anything right now.
there's this thing called a smuggler's moon.
Uh-huh.
And that's where the moon...
Is that a wheel of cheese?
What?
Is that a wheel of cheese?
No. So that's where the moon has like a blue coloring to it. And there's some atmospheric condition that causes that I used to know about, but I can't think of right now. In any case, so I went out during a smuggler's moon and shot the moon with a huge, almost telescope lens
Yeah.
and a good camera and a tripod and a long exposure. And because I was new to this lens and this camera, and it was fun. And it was like 2 in the morning or something.
Big Dipper.
And it was freezing, but I got
You would
some
never
really
know.
great shots of the moon that I always thought I would.
Show them to me, man.
Yeah. I always thought I'd like print and frame one day, but
We should do that.
I never really did. But they're pretty cool. I'll show them to you.
I want to see them.
But I
These
wouldn't mind
stars,
like shooting
man.
them again.
These
Yeah.
stars are bright. We should go on more night walks because this is
We go on a lot of night walks. What are you talking about?
more.
We're always out here freezing.
Dude, look at how bright the stars are. Maybe it's just tonight, but I guess there's like no light pollution really. Maybe if I turn my flashlight on, I can block out the sky.
You definitely get the trees if you want to illuminate the trees.
Huh? Nah.
I mean, trees at night illuminated from underneath look kind of cool.
They do. They do. No, you're right. They look like that. Night walk. Night walkers.
Night walkers.
You know,
We are the Night Walkers.
Yes. What does this remind me of?
Summer camp.
Or the chronic what Culls of Narnia?
Oh, right. You know, one thing you missed out on is summer camp in the 70s.
Oh.
I'm sorry you never got to do that.
Or Boy Scouts or anything, huh? Learning my directions and
I enjoyed
how to
the Boy
survive
Scouts,
out there.
Summer camp
Ooh, look at this plane.
in the 70s. Oh, wow.
It's moving.
Yeah, it's probably a Cessna jet.
You're always looking at planes and you're like, I know exactly.
Well, I do. I know a jet from the sound of its engine.
And look at that one up there. Look, way up in the sky. Oh, well, you're falling. No. This guy. Green, tiny, moving through the sky, right above you. 180.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
That's a high-speed jet.
It's so high up.
Yeah, it's moving fast.
That must be just must be like one of its lights.
Probably
bigger than that dot.
It's probably like Navy or Air Force, but it's moving fast.
It looks as if a star was shooting.
It's up at 30,000, so you're not going to hear it.
30,000 feet.
Yeah, feet.
Guess those vibrations just have nowhere to go up there. They just get absorbed. How you feeling?
Good.
Night walk treating you well?
Yeah.
Night walk! I like doing the Christopher Walken pronunciation. What?
Night walkers.
Where you do this.
We're night walkers.
You don't do the word you're supposed to, accent. It's the other word. It'd be accent.
Right.
Night walkers.
Night walkers.
We are the walking night.
We are the knights that say...
The knights of the realm. The knights that say what?
Me.
Is that a skit?
That's the line.
What's that from? Oh my god, that's brand new. Whoa.
Right? Look at that.
Turned it from a podcast to the worst angle on any person ever. See, only 22, so there's only so much double chin to go around. But just you wait. It'll happen. Did I shave today?
Sorry?
Because I'm only filming the sky and my face, and you turned on a light, so all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, hello there. See, everyone's seeing like right up my nose. Look at his face. Look at them eyes. I'm not paranoid, you're paranoid. Shine the light on the street real quick.
On the what? On the tree?
No. Just shine the light on the ground.
On the ground.
Yeah, or just okay. Now they can see my eyes. now you.
Is that what you want?
Yeah. Now you edit that.
Yes.
Like it's a short film, and you put it after when I say I'm not paranoid. Joking.
Or you shoot the eyes going right, cut, left, cut.
What does that mean?
It's just like they're bouncing from left to right without...
Oh wait, I'm not filming.
Without...
No. I'm kidding.
They're bouncing from left to right without...
It's always funny when that happens. You're like, oh, I didn't record that whole trip, huh?
They're bouncing from left to right without
I'll just
panning.
have to remember it. Oh wow. Wait a minute.
Look at this tree.
That's kind of cool. Some squirrel is like, turn it out. That's a powerful light. That's like a bike light, right?
It's
meant to
It's made for camping.
It's got a wide spread.
It's pretty cool. It's very small and compact, and yet it gives you a lot of color.
It's powerful. Wait, turn it off real quick. Mine's better.
Yeah, but this has a long battery. It's made to last a long time.
You know, I almost never charge my flashlight.
Look, I can do
don't
warm
really
light.
use it. That's nice.
Or I can
See,
do,
that's
I can
got
do
a
cool light.
diffusion on it, so that's a nice video
Yeah.
light.
So I can do warm or cool or both.
That's like good if you need to travel and you want to set up a shot.
This does
It's
warm,
a
cool,
pocket
or
light
mid.
source.
And look, it's
Pocket. One of
got
these
a
days
mount.
I'll be able to do a bad
It's
Boston
got a
mix.
mount for a camera.
I see
So-
that. It's hard to look at that light because even if you're behind it, it's kind of in your eye.
Yeah, no.
I saw the button.
Yeah.
And, the camera mounting.
Here's the warm.
It's just too much light. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Well, you can zoom it up. And zoom
It's
it down.
brighter than the moon. It's providing more light than the moon is to the
Because
sky.
it's closer.
What?
Only because it's closer.
The moon's not that far. Why do we do these Boston accents from time to time? Why does everyone
Why
do
does
a
it
Boston
take a week
accent?
to get to the moon if it's not that far?
It's not that far. You gotta drop your eyes. I wonder if my first concept, I've still never been to Boston, but I wonder if my first introduction to the concept of Boston was Goodwill Hunting.
Is what?
Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, yeah, probably.
It's a movie where, I don't know, I think people go hunting, but they never kill any animals.
Well, remember how we used to watch that show, Wicked Tuna?
I do.
That was the most Boston thing.
Those guys were funny.
Those guys were hilarious.
It was like that and then Gold Rush.
Yeah, but Wicked Tuna was so funny because they
Ed
were
and his
drinking
family are
beers
out dredging.
and they were talking shit.
In order to break even this year, they need to find exactly 2 grams of gold. 2 grams of gold. And they just can't do it.
No chance.
They'd always have such a hard time finding the gold. It'd always be like, oh, it's a disappointing turnout. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah,
Get it
we'll get them
next
next
year.
year.
But those guys weren't from Boston. Wasn't that like all over? Or was it? It was all over. They didn't have it in a specific part of the world. They were looking for gold everywhere. Ow. Are you just messing with me? You're just having fun.
It's spinning.
That's too much, dude. Chill out with the lights.
Yeah,
It's too much light.
All right.
I'm still recovering. Oh boy. Hey, high five. Whoosh. It was kind of a low 5, but it was 5 nonetheless.
Yes. Is that 5?
I'm looking for a man with 6 fingers on his left hand. My name is Nico Montoya.
Yes. I noticed your gloves.
The man who killed your father was made by AI? Well, no, in those days there was no such thing.
He's truly a
It's just an old
Hemingway.
movie.
Yeah, the man that killed your father was a Hemingway cat.
I heard the main actor in that broke a rib while trying to contain his laughter while
What?
Gary Shandling was doing improv.
Really?
I'm sure it was Gary Shandling. Maybe I'm imagining things.
Yeah, I don't know who
Some-
you're talking. Gary
some-
Shandling wasn't
some-
in that movie.
Some very famous comedian who is quite funny, and I do like a lot.
The little short guy, the bald guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
There,
guy that played the
there was a very old
The kidnapper.
couple who performed miracles.
What?
You remember how like
Oh, yes.
okay.
Now I know who you're
The
talking
main
about.
characters, as spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen that
Yeah.
movie, go watch that movie and then come back.
That could have been
With
Gary
spoilers.
Shandling.
So they need to perform a miracle, right? And they go into this like hut that's in a tree or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so apparently there was a script, and at a certain point the director was like, just do some improv, just have fun with it, don't worry about the script. And they were there for like, I don't know how many more hours, and like almost every person in the crew and cast
Endless
was
content.
kicked off the set because
Laughter.
Yeah, they kept ruining takes, and it kept being that funny, where no one could hold it in. And the main actor, like, fractured a rib or so. Oh, no, it was the actor who played Enrico Montoya. I hope I'm saying that name.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I think he broke a rib containing his leg. There's some story. Who knows if it's true? But that's the story. Hey, I haven't been filming.
Sorry?
I still like that joke. Oh, I never hit record.
Oh.
Or some... Hey, I formatted the card. Huh. I wonder what was on there.
Formatted the entire card.
Yeah.
Wait, my wedding was on there.
You go to watch your wedding video, and it cuts to WWE Super Smash, and you lose your mind.
John Cena is champion.
Sorry, is Champ there? What?
What?
Is
Champ
Champ there? I want to speak to Champ.
That's what we'll find out on
Who's
Sunday.
Champ?
Sunday.
That's
Sunday.
what we'll find out. It's Sunday night.
On pay-per-view, Super Smash.
I wonder what it takes for the brain to form a memory.
Yeah, that's
What constitutes a high enough level of interest to where it'll stay with you? And what's up with memories where if you go searching for them, they're not there, but then you'll encounter some part of something in your life, and something will come back you didn't know you had.
so.
And you'll be like,
Nobody
what? I recorded
knows.
that?
No scientist knows
crazy.
exactly what a memory is, but it's thought to be memories, electronic recordings that are in little pockets of your brain, and to retrieve them, the brain has to know the pathway to that door. And sometimes it forgets the pathway to the door.
Are you telling me that theoretically we're recording everything ever, that nothing's ever erased?
Correct.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
That nothing's ever erased. I know that's the whole concept of Limitless, and I love that movie
So
and TV show.
nothing is erased.
But I don't...
And there are things that you keep.
There's too much.
There is, yeah, there's every second.
How does
of
it
every
fit
moment,
in there?
including your dreams. Your dreams are also recorded as memories.
Huh.
So they are in deep, dark recesses of your brain that can be found and recalled and replayed in various forms of clarity. Possibly, but it's generally some act of magic that gets you there.
Yeah, it's
And
odd.
it's a trippy thing, for sure.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Do you leave in the silences in your videos, or do you cut them out? What's your preference most
I
of
don't
the
know.
time?
I guess I have to see.
I think you leave them in. When I see
I
your
have to
videos, I'm always surprised.
Yeah.
What, to you, do you feel like you're slimming it
why-
down or letting it
Here's
be?
why I leave in the silences. Because a lot of people say the videos are soothing and comforting, and that they replay them when they want to relax. So they don't say, oh, your videos are so exciting. They say, oh, your videos are so boring that I play them when I want to relax. And that to me is something. So I'm like, okay, if that's my skill, creating boring videos that people actually use to relax, then I'll lean into that.
So it's, at this point at least, it's a purposeful choice to